the music, the intro, saying hi, I want to say one thing. If someone does not like your politics, you cannot attack them. Let's get to the show. This is ridiculous behavior, and I mean it. I got to put all my stuff up. Disclaimer, warning. Has everyone been warned? Absolutely, they have. You have to be kidding me. I'm going to actually speed you up on who Charlie Kirk is. Okay? Just give me 1 second. And I will be right back. Actually, I'm going to start playing this, and then I'll be right back.
Is that uncommon? Are you a student there, or is this something that
No?
I don't know the exact laws, or the rules on campus there.
No, I'm not a student at UVU, so I don't know all their exact policies. You did mention security though, or at least imply security. It did surprise me for the event. They had tickets. And I had to print out a ticket, and it had like a barcode, a QR code. I was expecting when I got here that I would have to pass through some kind of security, but that just wasn't a thing. No one checked the barcode or the QR code. There was no checkpoint to get in. It was just literally anyone could walk in if they wanted.
And then Tyler, your thoughts, having gone to a political event, to hear someone speak on a college campus, and for this violent event, the shooting of a conservative activist to happen just steps in front of you. I mean, what are your thoughts?
I mean, my immediate thoughts are just that, this was definitely an act of terror to intimidate people who want to have political discourse. I mean, that's what Charlie was trying to do, was trying to have a discussion, trying to invite discussion, have people come up and ask him questions to challenge his ideas. And, I wanted to do that. And I mean, obviously what I saw was horrible, but kind of as a secondary point to that, I'm disappointed they didn't get to ask.
Okay, I'm back. I am so pissed about this. It is insane. I don't understand why people are so upset about what anyone is doing to try to make their lives better. How dare you not have a different opinion? How dare you? Like, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I mean, some people say, who is Charlie Kirk? Well, he's a father. He goes to places where he can speak. Okay, sorry. I'm spun up. Sorry about that. I'm going to take this down. If people want to know who he is, just listen. Again, these are his opinions. These are his opinions. Okay?
Right now, all across the globe, our Christian brothers and sisters are being targeted because they stand firm in their faith in Jesus Christ. God's word calls us to remember them. We've got to stand with those heroes of the faith. In the powerful book, When Faith is Forbidden, Todd Nettleton and the Voice of the Martyrs bring you 40 gripping true stories of believers who said yes to Christ, even when it cost them everything, freedom, family, and even their lives. As a special gift to my listeners, you can get a free copy. Just head on over to vom.org/Charlie or click on the link below.
Hi, what's up, Charlie? My name is Roderick. And so for over 10 plus years, I identified as a gay man, and then I gave my life to Jesus and left the LGBTQ plus community. And my question to you is, what is your response to those who say that conservatives and God hates everyone in the LGBTQ plus community?
Well, I think it'd actually be better for you to respond to that because you've received it and you're no longer of that. Here's the
okay. So I'm going to be in trouble for this one with the YouTube because Charlie Kirk is conservative. For one, he has a wife. He has 2 children. And he lives his wife, excuse me, I'm crying. He lives his life a little different way. And so when people go to his rallies, he speaks to them. However, just like the man that was on the train in Charlotte, North Carolina, and said this Ukrainian woman who is here 100% legally, he got his unemployed, should be in jail ass out and stabbed her and said, because she called me the N-word. Yes, he did. There is a huge difference between right and wrong. There's a huge difference. Huge. And if you are mentally motherfucking ill, you shouldn't have any sharp objects in your hand. Now, I have heard that Charlie passed today after being shot in the neck. First, I want to go through this, okay? And I will get confirmation.
The true but more provocative answer, that your identity should not be in your sexual proclivity. It should actually be, your identity is much greater than just what you do in the bedroom. Being gay is a behavior more than anything else. And you, I guess, are evidence, and I'd love to hear your story, that you could stop acting on that behavior. So tell the audience more about, you would identify as gay and as not. Tell us about that path and that journey, because I'm told that can never happen.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people tell me that you are what you feel. You are.
Calm down, boy mama. Calm down. She said, no, stop. Glenn Beck is saying he has stabilized. DT said Handy and Donald Jr. were just on and said that he is at the what? ... Okay.
Your attractions, you know, you're quote unquote born with it, you know, there's just many reasons why you have same-sex attraction that will never leave you, and that is who you will always be. And I believe that lie for almost 10 plus years of my life. I slept with men many times, watched a lot of porn, dwelt in a lot of sexual sin, and just gave my body up because that's what I thought love was. And that's what I thought it looked like until I met Jesus. And he helped me to see that I was never meant to identify as a gay man, but I was always meant to be a son of his, and have a new identity and a new life in him. And I walked away from that lifestyle for over 5+ years now, and I have never looked back, because Jesus is way better than the sexuality that I was partaking in.
Praise God. Are you happier and more joyful that you're no longer participating in a homosexual lifestyle?
Oh, 100%. Like, before I met Jesus, I was filled with so much depression, anxiety. I wanted to kill myself multiple days of the week, but Jesus came and healed all the brokenness inside of me. And I love being a son of his rather than identifying as a gay man.
Well, and so to answer your question, there is not hatred. There is still what we have as conservatives and Christians is a simple understanding that God has a certain sexual ethic that we should try to abide by. Everybody has temptations that you have. They have proclivities that you have. Some people are more likely to gamble. Some people are more likely to be compulsive liars. You don't have to act on those temptations. I am curious, though, like, so in your own...
Oh, thank you so much. See something, say something. Said, WTF, what the fuck is wrong with people taking politics so far, etc.? They feel the need to murder sick people. Christina said, anything on the shooter? Nope, not yet. Not yet. But I can tell you right now, Charlie Kirk has very, very conservative ideas. He's almost worse than Ben Shapiro. Like, you shouldn't have sex till marriage. You should only have children through marriage. Well, look at that. DT Driver. We have our own, we have our own breaking news here. DT Driver said the shooter is in custody. Canadian Queen said the shooter is an old white boomer with mental illness and police history. Okie doke. We'll figure that out.
Sexuality right now, do you still feel attracted to men? And I'm asking because just because you feel an attraction doesn't mean you need to act on it. Is that correct?
Yeah, so yes, I would say that I still do have attractions towards men. It's not as much as it used to be 5 years ago, but I've learned that it's not really about whether or not I have attractions towards men still. It's more so about whether I have a relationship with Jesus.
Petty Kitty said, I have friends who are Democrats. They don't condone this, and they love me despite our differences. No matter how we disagree, we don't kill each other for it. Eek. You want to hear some breaking news? You all won't believe me. Breaking news from the CLL news desk. As much as I despise what the Democratic Party is doing, the first time I registered as a Democrat. I did. I served out pamphlets, flyers, you name it. I was basically called a Kennedy Democrat. My boys are called Clinton Democrats. My dad is called a Roosevelt Democrat. This whole situation is horrible. We live under one sky right here in America. And we all know this nation was founded under God. with liberty and justice for all. And now all the updates, he's in critical condition. This is ridiculous. He is in critical condition. Not ICU.
I do, and that relationship with him far exceeds any attractions that I acted on in the past. And my life with him is so much better. And just because you become a Christian, leaving the LGBTQ plus community, that doesn't mean that your same-sex attraction will go away, but it does mean that you will have a God who loves you, who will walk with you, and who will give you eternal life through him.
And let me just say one other thing, very important thing. We want people to be free from sin, because sin means suffering. And then when you are captive to sin, for example, I, like many men in this audience, struggled with pornography, 10 years ago, whatever, getting through that. We all have something we struggle with. You should never affirm the struggle. You should try to break free of the struggle, and only Christ Jesus is able to do that. Thank you so much for your time today.
Can I get a
Thank
hat?
you. Yes, thank you.
Yes, let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, horrible. I laugh when people say Trump derangement syndrome. I'm like, that's really funny. Because for some reason, our president really gets under people's skin. However, we saw a shooting at a Catholic school a few weeks ago where it said, Trump is not God, on a gun. It seems to me in this society, for some people, they don't like when rules are put in place. And I'm not talking about any of you. Please don't think I'm saying that.
Breaking news. Florida just counted their votes again for fun.
They did it like 3 times. They've already done it 3
Hey,
times.
Tyler, who is the last Republican to hold that seat?
Oh gosh, Brett probably.
Brett, tell
Guys,
me,
they just
Brett,
called it. They just called it for Pennsylvania, Charlie. It has
Fox
been
just
called.
called.
Just reporting it. Let's go, baby.
Charlie,
We got
what
Trump
is the
back in
number?
White House.
Wait,
is the number
that it?
on that bar?
Is that it? Are they going to actually count the votes in Arizona now because they've given up?
Fox News decides Donald Trump is president of the United States. We've got our republic back, folks. Let's go.
Everyone stand up. Let's go. We're not going back. We're not going back.
Fox called it right there.
Holy cow,
God
baby.
bless
You
America.
got to believe it.
They call Pennsylvania. That's it.
put us over the top.
Is the
Charlie.
president going to speak now?
I who's saying that Fox called it? I'm sure they did, but
We're seeing Fox call
yep,
it live.
everyone's
Charlie,
saying it.
let me give you credit from right here in Pennsylvania. You were the guy, you and Tyler convinced me. You say, Cliff, stop door knocking across the country, go back to your home state, own Pennsylvania. That will be the deciding factor. I thought you guys were nuts. We knocked 500,000 doors. We delivered Pennsylvania, and now we've got our country back. Let's do this, baby. Come on.
Remember, people can have different opinions about how they spend their money, about how they vote, but no one gets to go outside and say, you don't agree with me. Who the hell's messaging me? And I'm going to do something bad to you. That is the most ridiculous behavior ever. It is criminal. Who's attacking who? Who's attacking who? Okay, I don't have my phone on, so I can't see. I got a lot of stuff going on right now, so I apologize. Yeah, we don't do that. Johnny said adults acting like children. Okay. All right. Well, Boy Mama said, am I still subbed? Yeah. Well, I'll go back through it. I'll find it. It's okay. Who would even think to do something like this? He is a good man. And while he takes the Bible to heart, why on earth would someone shoot him? We saw the woman over last weekend that was so upset at the Marlins and Philly game that she confronted a family on the boy's birthday. And when the dad was like, okay, I'm not dealing with crazy, I'll give you the ball back. And she put her finger out. She goes, you all are Trump supporters. You think you can take anything. Then she went back down to her chair, got up, and started flipping him off, including the poor child that was sitting there. Man, people got to get over themselves.
Let's go.
There it is.
Clean up, clean up,
All
clean
right.
up.
Ah, the
Let's
run
go.
on.
Huge win. Oh my gosh. This almost seems a little surreal.
Everybody should remember this moment. Look, I'm gonna echo Charlie from earlier. Remember where you were when this happened. Remember where you were when you realized that the Uniparty and all of these, just the establishment, they did not expect this. And Charlie, you should have emotion. This is a moment. You totally reformed the GOP. You totally said, listen, we can't forfeit the mail-in ballot. You said it's time to actually participate.
Hold on. Let me show you something because I'm about to lose my fucking mind. Later, AP. This is from the Associated Press. Conservative Charlie Kirk in critical condition after being shot at Utah college event. Charlie Kirk, the CEO and co-founder of the conservative youth organization Turning Point USA, is in critical condition at a Utah hospital Wednesday after being shot at a college event. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. This is just absolutely blowing my mind. I don't know.
And look what you guys have done. Brett, what you're doing in Wisconsin. Charlie, what you're doing in Arizona. I mean, everybody across the country. Jack Posobiec, you were crazy enough to think we could win Pennsylvania? A kid from Norristown?
The fact that it was
guys.
Pennsylvania, man.
And let me give some credit to some incredible activists too, because there's a history that's going to be told for a long time. But I mean, look, Pennsylvania, we are very lucky to have an attitude realignment and change, because what I call the national Republican apparatus that.
Let's see. True Crime Junkie. She said, I'm late. Hello, everyone. Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck today. Why, you ask? Because he has different opinions. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy. And this Michael Mallison they're talking about, no fucking way in hell could he have done it. No.
I know, Cliff, you've been fighting for a long time. Would have completely blown this, right? And you've got the heart and energy and soul of a Cliff Maloney, of a Scott Pressler, of our activists. I mean, no for Micah. You talk about this all the time.
No, it's incredible.
No,
It's
incredible.
absolutely incredible.
That's the type of people that you need to turn this thing around and win. And
look, I said there was something I had in the bag that if we won Pennsylvania, I would reveal it. So I am going to reveal it now. It's fine. It's fine.
Everyone should come on up here.
So I'm going to reveal it.
Come on, guys.
I brought this all the way
team should
from
come on up here, guys.
Pennsylvania.
We should start like the Charlie
Just
Brown
in
song.
case.
Just like everyone start dancing.
Just in case we won Pennsylvania. I said I wouldn't even talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got tasty cakes all the way.
Welcome new members. Hold on. Mrs. Italy said recap, please. Can someone speed Miss Italy up? And thank you so much, Sophie. Thank you so much for helping people. Jeffrey said, yes, it just came out. What came out? That he's in critical condition? B. Hurley said, no reason to shoot someone over political or religious beliefs. So pathetic. Yeah, we have the CIA for that shit.
From Philadelphia, PA. Pass them around. Pass them around. We got the tasty cakes. The taste of Pennsylvania is here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because Donald J. Trump has won Pennsylvania and with it is winning the United States of America. He will be the 47th president, the greatest president that America has ever seen. The golden age will begin, and Pennsylvania will lead the rebirth of the American Republic, just like it led the way for the birth of the first American Republic in 1776. It is commencing again.
Let's go, PA. Yeah. Good job, Cliff.
Let's go, baby. I want to thank all the PA Chase team here. We're all here, baby. We're rocking.
Look at there.
Woo!
Go on, Cliff. Let's see the crowd.
President Trump expected to speak soon. We have to give thanks to God.
Dream big again.
We have to give thanks to God. We have to give thanks to God. God saved Donald Trump's life in Pennsylvania. I just want
to say what Elon Musk was saying. This was our last chance. I genuinely believe that.
Well, I hope God saves Charlie's life because, in my opinion, just for me, I think he's a really big deal for the way he talks to children. And when I say children, I mean children that are in college, and he speaks to them and he gives them real facts. Real facts. I don't give a rat's ass how they vote. I care about how they act. That's all I care about. This is Charlie going into the venue. They come out in droves to either hear him or debate him. And as you can see, he's sitting there right now and he's waiting to talk to someone. He's just waiting. And all he's going to do is speak about the Bible or correct them on what they're hearing from the internet.
That's a lot of people, Utah. I'll tell you what. All right, we're going to get started, everybody. You know how it works. Question and answer. Also, thank you to Lane from Wire Refi. That was great. Really appreciate it. And we're going to be here for a couple hours. Get comfortable. Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
Okay, so he did say, I have the best libs that Utah has to offer. That's kind of a running joke at political rallies. Like, it's kind of like a picking game. Like, ooh, you know, that type of thing. No, really, I don't know how to say this. I'm just going to say this has nothing to do with the state of Utah, okay? This is horrible. I mean, it is horrible. They're live on the scene right now.
Responding law enforcement agencies, their media preparations are what's being tested now. So I wouldn't really kind of think too much from a law enforcement perspective of the agency itself, but the media folks that they do have.
Says right there, he is in critical condition. He's got young babies. He's got young babies. Because someone didn't like him speaking against things they don't agree with. I mean, next to critical condition is life support.
That are present, that are currently working now, based on how experienced they are and how just with the tolerance of the office as far as from a risk standpoint. Those things are all coming into play right now as they determine what needs to be said and when.
And I have to ask you, Miguel, as we're still seeing some of these law enforcement, I mean, that was a large gun that he's now putting into his car while he's there at the hospital. Is it important that law enforcement remains vigilant even at this hour after this attempt that we now know at this point on Charlie Kirk's life? Do they need to be more vigilant there while he is inside the hospital, still staying on edge at any point?
I think they probably have a very well-established perimeter right now because they know that this is an individual who is a target of violence. It's been completely reframed now what the security situation was and is. So they're not taking any chances as it stands right now. The fact that it's a long gun that we saw getting taken away is not surprising. You would need to have a long gun to be able to make a shot with that level of comfort and accuracy. So that, again, not surprising. We've had two different reports, one saying that he was shot in the heart, another person saying that, that it appeared the wound was in the neck area. So based on where he was hit and the caliber of round that was used, you're going to have some very good ideas as to how survivable that wound or those wounds may be.
And my last question for you, Miguel, right here, as we continue to take this live look outside of the hospital, waiting for more information on the condition of Charlie Kirk. Again, at last check, the Associated Press saying that he is listed there at the hospital in critical condition here. What do we need to be watching for as we see the next hours, really minutes, and days progress in this investigation?
You should be looking for a more positive identification of the shooter. So probably name, description. You'll start to see family members and friends that will be not really coming out of the woodwork, but kind of emerging from the background. You'll probably see that. Of note, this attacker was not looking to get caught and was not attempting suicide by cop either. It appears now that they're actively trying to avoid getting caught. So now I'm starting to think about either potential co-conspirators preceding the event or co-conspirators now after the event has taken place.
All right, as you see there, we certainly appreciate you for being with us here on Live Now from Fox. Miguel Clark, former FBI special agent, really here to help us break down the very latest. It's a developing situation. As Miguel said, we need to be listening and waiting for that official confirmation. Don't listen to so much of the fodder that's out there on social media or on the internet, as we want to make sure we get the details directly to you. And in fact, we do want to re-rack that for you here on Live Now in case you missed it. I want to give you an update on what we now know. If you're just now joining us, I want to let you know that we are continuing to follow the update here as Charlie Kirk is now in critical condition after he was shot. Now, this has all happened on the campus of Utah Valley University. He was speaking at a debate that was hosted by Turning Point USA. That event there had been met with divided opinions on campus. In fact, even an online petition calling for
divided opinions? Divided opinions? Okay. Divided opinions. So, our weapons are for, if you choose to have one, our protection. Okay? And to make sure we don't have a country or our own try to take us over. Now, the minute he was answering a question about transsexuals, he got shot. Again, and if I answer a question, I shouldn't be shot through the fucking jugular like John F. Kennedy.
University administrators to bar Kirk from appearing received nearly 1,000 signatures ahead of this event. But at this time, Kirk has been taken to this local area hospital, as you can see there, and is currently in critical condition. That's the latest update that we have from the Associated Press. A law enforcement official did brief there, was able to speak to the AP under the condition of anonymity. Of course, if you're not familiar with who Charlie Kirk is, he's the co-founder of Turning Point USA, founding that back in 2012 at the age of 18. He soon became a very regular presence on cable TV, where he talked a lot about some of the conservative values. And so we brought you this update here on Live Now from Fox. I'm now going to toss things over to my colleague there, Andy Mack. He's going to be taking the helm here in order to continue to keep you updated on the very latest.
All right, as we continue to monitor this developing story at Utah Valley University. All right, thank you to my colleagues, Josh Breslow, Christina Evans, for continuing to dive into the latest. A very dynamic situation here following all of these top headlines. Of course, Charlie Kirk, the CEO, co-founder of the conservative youth organization Turning Point USA. Right now, at the last check, critical condition after shots rang out there on that campus. We're hearing different commentary from eyewitness.
Hold on. What does it matter if he's conservative, Republican, GOP, Democrat, liberal? It is senseless. Quit bringing it up. The fact that he is still pumping freaking blood is a miracle itself.
This is on the ground. We're also expecting to hear from Speaker Mike Johnson. Plenty of reaction from lawmakers as Charlie Kirk, a very familiar name and face within a lot of the conservative circles. Let's take you right now out to more witnesses on the ground in Orem, Utah, as they describe the scene.
My thought, at least. So,
how long would you say took for everyone to get out of the area?
Probably for a little bit. I think maybe like up to 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Yeah, everybody was packed, and there were only two entrances basically. Of what I've seen on the right side and the left side. So it took for a while, and there was a big chunk of people gathered together, and they were trying to leave throughout the door. So yeah, it was there for a while. Some people were actually trying to find who was a shooter there, and they were screaming and yelling. And yeah, but I was just trying to get out of the scene super quick. So
have you been able to make contact with anyone you were with?
I have everybody's safe with their families and friends. Yeah, and I called them, and they asked me if I was okay, and I'm fine, and everybody's doing okay. So yeah, one shot. Yep, I just heard clear shot, boom, and that was it. Yeah.
And I mean, as we're waiting for more information, what's kind of going through your head as you?
There we go. T-Walk said, I don't agree with Charlie Kirk at all, but nobody deserves to get shot like that. That being said, USA is so divided and fueled with so much entitled anger and hatred. Prayers for him and his family. Hey, I think everyone's entitled to a feeling. You don't act on it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Want more information too?
Yeah. Right now, like I said, I'm trying to digest everything, so I don't know if I can take more information down right now. But as soon as I know, I just hope everybody's safe, and especially a significant individual like Charlie Kirk that is willing to open up and speak at a university like this. I just hope everybody's okay. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate you talking with us. And so we're here on campus, and it's a ghost town. We walked through a little bit.
We got listening in there. Eyewitness described
horrible behavior. And this is what it came from. Here we go. Because after what I said earlier, a bunch of people dropped out. Dropped out. I've got some questions from the chat. Thunderhorse says critical condition but alive. That's what I'm talking about. Teresa said bingo. Zambi said truth hurts, don't it, peeps? Rexy doesn't know who Charlie Kirk is. She'll find out real quick. She'll find out real quick. But it all comes down to his conservative beliefs and the fact that he is pro-Trump. Okay? And if someone wouldn't have shot him in the fucking neck, by the way, there's always an election coming up and he would have gone for another candidate. You know why? Because we don't have kings and we don't have dictators. We are citizens. We are not servants. Hence the reason we don't get tickets in the mail. We don't get put in jail. No one can arrest us under suspicion. That is the whole thing. Fucking telling me if I go on my Facebook right now and say, you know what? Bing, 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 boop, boop, boop. I caught Donald Trump having sex with my neighbor Donovan and I had to call the Secret Service. Guess what would happen to me? Nothing. You know why? For a lot of reasons. But this is what stirred somebody up.
To rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the spirit in the sky, going up to the spirit in the sky. It's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the best. Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. You're gonna have a friend in Jesus. So you know that when you die, it's gonna recommend you to the spirit in the sky. It's gonna recommend you to the spirit in the sky.
Why is it okay to honestly try to kill someone because they don't agree with you? OMG.
When I die and I lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the spirit in the sky, going up to the spirit in the sky. It's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the best.
What? Megyn Kelly said he has passed? Mm-mm. Can you send that to me? Can you send that to me, please? Yeah, I know. God forbid. God forbid everything he did. God forbid. That he spoke up about family, friends, and religion. So I'm going to finish this and we'll see. Okay.
Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. You're gonna have a friend in Jesus. So you know that when you die, He's gonna recommend you to the Spirit in the sky. Gonna recommend you to the Spirit in the sky. That's where you're gonna go when you die. When you die and you lay it to rest, you're gonna go to the place that's the best.
Holy fuck. Hold on. Okay. Gene Warren said he passed. Nana Rock said the news just said the man shot now is not thought to have been the actual shooter. Well, no fucking shit. No fucking homeless man around there did that. Nana, you and I could have done this. This is ridiculous. And we all know that tomorrow is 9/11. They tried to kill Tucker. They tried to kill. Oh, hold on. Catherine Carpenter said Megan did confirm he's passed. Well, I would love to be best friends with Megan because me and her would be 100% best friends. How do I find this information? Yeah, I need an official report. Let's go live. Do you guys have time? Megan's live right now? Hold on. Shit. Fuck. Now watch, Megyn Kelly shut me down for this, but it's okay. We got it.
The only good thing is,
it's actually quite special. This guy's combination of talents is very rare. And you can see, I've said it to him, you're going to be president someday. You're definitely going to be president. He's only 31 years old. What can he possibly do for us? The list is so long. Endless promise, endless fulfillment, endless influence. And it's been thrilling to watch his rise over the past couple of years. And I've been honored to be any small part of his show. He's become a part of mine too. It's been symbiotic and it's been wonderful. He was coming on my tour with me. I was going to the campuses with him.
Okay, everyone, it turns out he really did die. He did.
Him. because at work we had a mutual have respect for one another. There's a love. There's kind of a love and a respect. And behind the scenes at these turning point events, we'd laugh and we'd make fun of each other and everybody and all the untouchable figures in a way you can when you're family. You know, in a way you can when you're family. You can say anything about anything. And you do anything for the person, as he would for me, and I would for him, and I would for you, and you would for me and him too. And I know that. So it's just so bizarre. It is right. You're right. 2 of my friends have been shot. Look at him here on stage
with his beautiful family. Why? 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 Because he's conservative? Because he's Christian? People get things confused. I don't mean any of you. No. If someone says, I voted for Trump, all of a sudden they just go nuts. Did he speak out about transgender? Yes, he did. He did. He called it a mental illness. He did. He called it a mental illness. Did he try to counsel people that were confused about their sexuality? Yes, he did. Did he use his foundation, him and his wife, to try to counsel girls that were scared to tell anyone they were pregnant? Yes, they did. Absolutely, he did.
with his wife and his 2 beautiful children. He just had, that's Erica. He just had a son. His daughter is now about 2. This just came in from the New York Post. The reporter reports, I asked Trump how Charlie Kirk is doing. Not well. He's not doing well. Quote, it looks very bad. How Trump is feeling, not good. Using the past tense. He was a very, very good friend of mine, and he was a...
Eileen said, heartbreaking. America is a violent country. Yeah. We're not Venezuela. We're not other countries. I will tell you right now, we do have a huge military, and there are areas of the country you don't want to go to. Everything else is people know how to act. However, when you give insane medication to someone who's already insane, that makes shit worse. Hang on, Gaelic is messaging me.
Tremendous person. I will say Gavin Newsom tweeted this out. The attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form. That's right. There are news outlets reporting the worst right now, Glenn.
This is some bullshit. We are what is we are at end times, my friends. As was said in the Bible, when they call right wrong and wrong right, it is the dissolvance of society. Harry S. Truman said there is a difference between society and a polite society. He did. And this man who did nothing but take care of his family, raise his children, love his wife, and give back.
I don't know what I'm waiting for before I report it. You know, I trust just the news. I trust Deseret. What are we waiting for, like the AP to say it? We don't trust them more than we trust these. They're reporting that Charlie has died. That he's dead. At the age of 31. Which he would have to be if that video was real.
There's no way he survived that. The only good thing is, it had to have happened quickly.
Right. Right. If you see the video, you do not see any suffering.
No.
He appears to have been spared the horrific moments after that. The girl on the Charlotte train wasn't, when she knew she was dying or she knew something terrible had happened.
I don't think
In the
Charlie
videos,
did.
it's clear Charlie went down. He went down quickly.
I talked to a surgeon friend of mine and I sent him that video and I said, you know, what can be done? And he said, that looks like the artery was completely decimated. And there's just, it would have been over.
It looks like JFK. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like when JFK was assassinated, the violence with which he keeled back was the thrust of it. It was very clearly a direct hit. It was obviously, I don't know, some sort of a rifle or shotgun. It had severe velocity, 200 yards away. Obviously, this person had been practicing. This fucker had been out there practicing to take his life. And if these reports are correct, his children have lost their father. Erica's lost her love. And we have lost one of the most important voices that we've had in my lifetime on the right. One of the most important messengers, someone sent by God to change minds and hearts on the most important, divisive, difficult issues of our time.
May I just say something positive?
Yeah.
I've made a pact with myself to start my day every day with before I get out of bed, before I do anything else, just say 3 things that I know are true about God. I know He lives.
Yeah, we got it. We got it. No one's perfect. All have sinned. Hold on. What is Kat sending me? Hold on. Kat is sending me something. Okay. Kat just sent it to me. Charlie Kirk is dead after shooting, Trump says. Live updates. Yep. Thank you, Kat. Toot said, old fucker, can't wait to see if it is trans or MF idiot fuck who likes mass shootings. A lot of people are saying that. But Charlie should not have been shot in the neck when he answered that question. No. We don't shoot people. We use guns around here to protect ourselves. Okay. Some people stockpile them just in case, something goes bad and, you're ready to rock and roll because you can protect your own property due to the castle law. Yes, you can. That's it. I know that there's many countries that aren't allowed to have weapons. This country, we have too many cities, don't get me started, that don't take care of their own. Hence why we have the gun trade going on, like Adam Montgomery, like Don Wells, like others. Cat OG said, doesn't stop politicians from getting unalive, though. I'm confused. What do you mean? I'm confused. I don't know what she's saying. This is horrible.
I know he's not neutral, and I know he protects us. If you know that God lives and he is not neutral, and that he loves all of us, he is our dad, something good is going to come of this. It always does. It always does. I don't know how, but something good and glorious is going to come from this. Because God is not neutral in the affairs of man, but neither is Satan. Neither is the darkness.
Hold on. Eileen said there's more guns than people in America. Oh, not in this house. We have 2. But my biggest weapon is my cat. But to be quite honest, there are more guns and weapons and things like that in America than people in America because that's our military. I don't work there. I'm telling you, I don't work there. That's our military. Don't blame me. I have a 410 shotgun. Somebody wants to come to my door, pop, I'll shoot him right in the toe. I'll shoot him right in the toe. But you cannot tell me that old man shot him straight in the neck. Let me tell you something right now. That is a strategic shot to get him right there, and now he has passed away. Thunder said people shoot the gun, not the gun's fault. Exactly, yeah. Common sense true crime is picking my brain. CIA, maybe. Well, Charlie Kirk has been working with Matt Drudge. Remember him from the Clinton days when he put out everything? And Matt Drudge has all the paperwork from Rush Limbaugh and Clay and Buck. We're going to put it out. There's something going on there. I would not disagree.
That is real, and we are battling that. And the sooner people understand that you are not fighting flesh and bone, you are fighting evil, the sooner we'll be able to dismiss evil and go back to God.
If they don't find this person, then you're right. It's going to feel like open season. Then there is not a person on the right who is going to walk comfortably anywhere in public This shooter must be captured and must be brought to justice.
And more than that, Megan, the left must speak out against this. They must.
All of them. All of them.
All.
I don't know what to say. I really don't. People talk about guns, 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 guns. You give someone, I'll say Jordan. I'll say Eileen. I'm just picking people out. And I give you a gun. You would be lucky if you hit the broad side of a barn. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They're not that easy. They have a huge kickback. You have to have a good shoulder. The whole thing. All right? So this whole anyone can get a gun in America and all they can do is just go walk. No, that's not what happened here. And I'm telling you, somebody, hold on, plead the fifth, said, I'm 35, breaks my heart. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about guns. Jordan said, I don't understand. We'll find out. I wondered myself. The kickback. Okay. YouTube won't like this. Let me ask you something. Who has shot a gun and what caliber? Who has shot a gun and what caliber? I'm going to give you a second. Okay, Walking Dead said mini. Of course you would. You're from Indiana. Plead the fifth said miniguns. They have a kickback. Okay. Ooh, Poppy Red Mustang. Are you serious? A 30-30? You go, girl. Of course you would. Okie softball girl. She said a lot. Catherine said a 38. Okay. Here's the whole thing. There's a kickback. So for anyone to say you can just pick up a gun and be that meticulous and hit someone right in the neck. Okay. That's lottery odds, my friends. That's lottery odds.
Of them. The media must make this into a big deal. If they bury this in 2 days, it's going to keep happening.
Okay. Thank you, Poppy. The first time I had a huge shotgun, okay? Like you said, it'll put you on your ass. It will. If not, it'll dislocate your damn shoulder. Kat said, but surely people who have evil intent are assassins who train somewhere, right? I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's going to keep happening. Our FBI, our DOJ must do an investigation and must open investigations on all of those revolutionary groups that are pumping this poison into our system. We must get legally serious and have legal consequences.
Like I say all the time, Kimberly said, Brooks, you got to hold it tight to your shoulder. I know. And I'm right-handed, so I got to hold it real tight. It still gets away from you. Cat OG said, I mean, I don't know because I don't have weapons like that. I would just think that accuracy you would have to be experienced. That's what I'm fucking saying. No one goes to Bill's fucking pawn shop and picks up a gun and gets to Utah at the college and gets a precise shot like that. No. You can be sloppy all fucking day and just shoot all around. The first time I got a BB gun, I shot my sister. I did. Went right above her elbow. I'm losing my voice. So somebody knows something and they wanted Charlie Kirk dead. I am losing my voice. Forgive me.
For these revolutionaries who are just planting this poison all throughout our society. God protect people that are in our police departments in Salt Lake. God protect those who are in our DOJ and FBI. God help
they're
them.
there. Thank God it's Trump. Thank God it's Cash and Dan. Thank God for Pam Bondi. Thank God we have this team in there.
Do you know what our country would be like if he hadn't have won? I don't know if we would still have a country.
And you know, one of the reasons why we got Trump is Charlie Kirk.
I know.
You know, we all play our part in some small way, but there is no denying the effect Charlie Kirk had on this election.
Big reason. That's why he was a target.
Can I tell you, he came on the show. I mentioned this earlier, and we played the soundbite from his show when the night Trump won. When he came on my show just days after Trump won, I loved the clip so much. I played it for him, and we had an exchange about it. I want to play it now.
I was humbled and blown away because throughout this entire thing, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. And I'm sure you agree, Megan. I said, there's no way they're gonna let us do this. That something's gonna happen, right? And again, call it paranoia, call it just trying to be ahead of the curve. And I'm sitting in a seat right here where I saw Trump got shot, and like they tried to kill him and indict him, and it's like at every turn, I'm like, here we go. The regime is striking back, right? And it's just, you don't think you're actually going to get there because we've been programmed to just say that like powerful people get what they want, right? And he was 1 millimeter from this whole country just going into bedlam. And what if one of these trials would have went differently, right? What if Jack Smith would have rushed his cases and like a million different things, right? And there you go, and you hear the words that Donald Trump is president-elect. I just, again, glory be to God is all I can say, because I believe there's a divine element. I asked the question, is God done with this land? I don't think he is. I think that the evil that what we would seem to have covered of this butchery of children is going to come to an end. This evil of allowing men and female sports is going to come to an end. And we were blessed to play a small role.
Well done, good and faithful servant.
Is God done with his world? I don't think.
Son of a bitch. Cinnamon said, are you saying, no, I know nothing about what weapon was used. I have no idea. All I'm reading is that I know no caliber. I know nothing. No, never come to me for news. Oh, Heidi said, Brooks, I know this is all secondhand accounts. My son is telling me so much from his friends that witnessed it. Bless him. Love you, Nini. This is ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Good man. Good man. Seriously. Was doing what he thought was right. Why? Jean Ellen said, I'm worried for tomorrow, honestly. Yep. It's always the goddamn crazies. Always is. They do. And people say, someone yet again. Yeah. You put a gun in a crazy person's hand, it's going to happen. This man did not deserve to die. He didn't.
He is. I don't think so. Says Charlie. Having no idea.
Okay, let's see what Cinema Shogun has to say. Because he said this will change history, and I agree with him. Remember, all of this goes to Cinema Shogun.
Times. And unfortunately, it looks like the days ahead of us are going to get even darker. The murder of Irene.
Okay, hold on. Smokin'71 said, I can hear the war drums in the distance, except it's going to be us fighting for our lives. Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I think there's something more going on.
Zaritska has been weighing heavy on my mind over the past couple of days. That I've seen. And I'm coming to the realization slowly over the past couple of days and really over the past couple of years that the fairy tale life that we got to see some of our parents and grandparents live, I don't think that's the future that we have ahead of us. Like I said, we're in dark times right now.
We are. We are. However, we have to take care of ourselves. And what happened today is the most disturbing thing I've almost ever seen in my life. Teresa said, our country will be destroyed from within. Lincoln said that. Lincoln said that.
Close to Charlie Kirk. He has been described as Trump's youth whisperer for the way that he tapped in to the political power of young people in this country. He started a massive movement of young people across this country through events very much like.
By the way, Lincoln also said, we can never let the minority run the majority. And some people will say, oh, so you mean the rich people get to do whatever they want to do? Didn't say that. That's the reason we have the Electoral College. So people can speak from different counties. And I have zero division with anyone. I give a rat's ass how you vote. I really don't care. I don't care. Hell, I missed an election yesterday. I didn't even know anything was going on. I thought things were really, really bad during another administration. And this one is really out of tune. Who is behind this machine? Who is paying who? 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 How are these people getting fucking riot gear? How are these people getting military grade guns? Ridiculous.
The one that he was hosting today in Utah. His podcast listened to by millions. The president had a close personal relationship, not just political, but personal relationship with him. David, I can tell you that this White House today is saddened, is shocked, and is outraged by what we have seen and this horrific violence and the death of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, stay with us here, Mary, as we continue to report this out. Charlie Kirk, President Trump confirming moments ago, did not survive this shooting on a campus.
Dead. Why? 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 Because he went to a campus and people know what he's going to say. So someone's crazy freaking mind thinks his wife should lose a husband, his children should lose a dad, and he should lose his life because they just don't see eye to eye. Think about that. Someone decided that because of the way he votes, and let me tell you right now, Charlie, and I'm using the word was because it is was, because he's dead now. Is against things that people agree with. This person took it in their hands to say, your wife is losing a husband today. Your children are losing their father. Your parents are losing their son. All because of your opinion.
In Utah today. And just to bring our audience up to speed, as you know, he's a conservative activist, podcaster, traveling to college campuses across this country, the director of Turning Point USA. His wife was Erica. 31 years old, Charlie Kirk, 2 children, the youngest of which turned 1 just this past May. And he's known, obviously, not just for his activism and his visits to college campuses. He was an author, a media personality, a podcaster. And as Mary said moments ago, it is hard to overstate just how deeply connected Charlie Kirk was to President Trump and to the Trump family. Not an official advisor within the White House, but certainly an advisor.
Excuse me. He was there way before Trump. He has been doing this since college. So they need to quit spinning it. Okay? Anyone gone to the fair before and you get on the Ferris wheel and one time it's going forward and you're like, oh, I see you down there on the ground. I see you with cotton candy. Then it goes backward. This is what the media does.
in an unofficial role in very close contact with people who are closest to President Trump in the White House and with the president himself. And on this point, I want to bring in our chief Washington correspondent, Jonathan Karl. John, you had a very brief conversation with President Trump just moments ago. What did he say?
I had a brief conversation with the president over the phone. He sounded quite upset, quite down about this. He told me it's horrific. It's one of the most horrific things I've ever seen. He was a great guy. He was a good man. He was an incredible guy. There's nobody like him.
Thank you, Cinnamon. It was no secret. He's straight-laced. That's it. Okay? When this woman confronted him about abortion and everything, and she's like, so what would you do if, you know, I'm not talking to you, OJ, right now. And he said, if you had an unplanned pregnancy, because she was talking about babies being clumps of cells. And then she said, well, Planned Parenthood has lost $1 billion this year. And he said, well, I would call it a clump of cash. That's what he said. Quit. And he said, no, I'm married and I have 2 children.
Charlie Kirk, as Mary pointed out, was truly a personal confidant of the president, incredibly close to the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., and really, in many ways, the beating heart of the MAGA movement, his Turning Point USA organization, not just a campus organization, David. This was an organization that put on some of the largest and most ambitious conventions, rallies, events for Donald Trump around the country with pyrotechnics and huge crowds. Also, one other thing I think that is very important.
Okay, so this fuck is really pissing me off. Let's find something else, and I'll be right back. Okay, because Charlie Kirk, they're lying on ABC. There is no way in 2012 he would have any idea how to get into Donald Trump's campaign. All right? That is absolutely fucking crazy. About half of these fucking people. I'm going to mute myself for a second. Fucking assholes. Assholes, I just cannot believe this piece of shit. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Stupid fucking asses. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh. Sud says I'm not muted. Eek. Sorry. Sorry. Eek. I apologize, everyone. I really do. Ridiculous behavior. Ridiculous fucking behavior. And I see people excusing it. Look at this bullshit.
To set up a table and ask you to come and have a conversation with me? How do we survive as a nation? The political infrastructure and Charlie and the work that he did and the mountain that he built has empowered so many people to carry on and push towards this victory. Do not let them destabilize that. We'll read some more here. It's just, I'm not pulling up the X feed because there's a lot of really dark stuff on there. But I do want to, for the statements being issued by a lot of these high-profile people. Oh my God, it's hard to look at these MSNBC clips, guys. I can't believe this. I'm gonna pull up this clip.
Oh my gosh, Holly, you're so right. I've been called hateful, racist, everything. I have a little idea where this came from. Okay? Since so many people, not you guys, have been talking about Planned Parenthood being defunded, Sud said, you don't want to talk about the dark stuff is the problem. Let me know. I'll open up the panel. What's the dark stuff? Please tell me. If you know more than me, please come on.
Every day,
we wake up with one mission: care no matter what.
we are providers,
Nurses,
educators, researchers,
activists, advocates. Every day, at 600 health centers operated by over 50 Planned Parenthood affiliates across all 50 states, our patients are our priority.
2.4 million patients come to us for care each year.
Why? 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 There's a doctor on every fucking corner. There's an ER everywhere. Baby Kisses said, he just said not Brooks. That's fine. That's fine. I was just clarifying the situation. There's been a huge situation lately with this Planned Parenthood, which only was Margaret Sanger put it together to obliterate Black people in America. Look it up.
People of all races,
Ethnicities and immigration status,
from different religions,
political affiliations,
and income levels.
every sexual orientation and gender identity.
Listen, if you're a dude, you don't need Planned Parenthood. You don't need Planned Parenthood if you're a dude. Hell, you want to go in there for? Freaking kidding me? But they are pissed.
We are here for you to provide compassionate and expert care,
no matter what.
no matter what.
Birth control, STI testing and treatment,
Cancer screenings,
Sex education,
safe, legal abortion.
And that's what they put out yesterday. Safe, legal abortion. Up to 36 weeks. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying anyone from Planned Parenthood did it, but I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not. I won't be. And it's a proven fact, there is no such thing as a safe abortion. Holly said they do very little of that. I was dumb AF and called for literal health care years ago.
And more.
and more.
And more.
Every day, we fiercely protect every person's right to access that care.
No matter.
Not babies. Not babies. You don't protect babies. You don't. You do not protect children. Okay? Now, you want to extend health care to a girl that says, I'm having, there you go, Mindy. Planned Parenthood did pay for my daughter's dad to get snipped. Yeah, they will do that. But they have something else going on, and people think I'm crazy. I can tell you right now what they do is they abort these babies and they take the stem cells and they sell them to Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson. Okay? That's what they do. They do. And the more that people call it out, the worse it is. Aline said, I got free prenatal care there at Planned Parenthood. I've never gone. No, I'm never. No, never gone. And actually, out of my brain, I don't think I've ever paid anything for hospital care. I'm usually the one that says that's my card, and I would prefer a better suite.
Or what?
Planned Parenthood is all of us.
Is all of us.
It's all of us. All of us.
13 million supporters committed to building a world where every person can access the care they need to live the life they want.
We are strong. We are resilient.
Somos fuerte. Somos poderosos.
It's who we are.
It's what we do. We are. Somos.
We are.
We are.
We are Planned Parenthood.
If it was planned, they wouldn't need your asses. If it was planned, they wouldn't come in for an abortion. If it was planned, you have to be kidding me. Hey, you want to do some pap smears and things like that and hand out your condoms and birth control? Boom, have at it. Leave everyone else's guts alone. Someone was on the pill, had an IUD, had a diaphragm. That doesn't exactly mean they want to come to your chop shop and get things done. Could you imagine laying there on a table and you have to lay there? I can't even think about it. I can't think about it. And this whole conversation. Well, when does life begin? Conception. Assign DNA, assign chromosomes, and a gender at conception. Sorry, that's the truth. Sud said, how long does it take to get that procedure done? I wouldn't know. Sorry, no offense. I don't know. I have zero idea. But this is a horrible situation today. I have a feeling I know what it's about, and I think it's horrific. The minute that a certain question was asked, people were upset. Why? My question is why? Why would anyone be upset? about a differing opinion. Why? I don't get it. I do know several people have been after Charlie Kirk, excuse me, for quite a while. And looks like horrible things happened today. And I'm not down with it. So, all right. Well, I will see you guys back on the show tomorrow. Send me an email. Tell me what you want to talk about. Love you all.